What's going on, guys? Jeff back with another video review. Today I want to share with you another military themed custom I did, or a set of customs I did. This is the first SEAL team that I ever put together. It was a G.I. Joe themed SEAL team that I made, as you'll see coming up. It was a fun project for me to do. Recently, as I was up in my attic looking through a lot of my old G.I. Joe stuff, I came across the box of these guys and opened it. And I decided, I needed to share this with you guys because it was a fun project for me to do back in the day. So we're going to go back to the shop. I've got them all set up right now. And I want to share with you my G.I. Joe SEAL Team 1. Okay, guys, I want to introduce you to my first Navy SEAL team that I put together. I guess I was into troop building before troop building was a thing back in the day. So the nucleus for these figures is based on the Naval Assault Specialist figure from the G.I. Joe Classic Collection. The figure itself came in two different variations. One was a bubble pack, or it came in like a coffin box style window box figure. You could find these all over the place, Toys R Us, KB at the time. The thing about this figure, which I always hated, was that terrible mint green tiger stripe camouflage that came with this figure. I never got that. I didn't understand why Hasbro couldn't do a better job sourcing their camouflage fabric for this figure. But, it is what it is. And it was always odd because, you looked at 21st Century Toys camouflage patterns and it was far superior to anything Hasbro did at the time. So, the other thing I didn't really like about this figure was the combat boots. It came with just a standard set of black combat boots. I never understood why this figure didn't come with a set of jungle boots, which would have been more authentic. So the tiger stripe, the terrible mint green tiger stripe, and the lack of jungle boots was a problem with this figure, but I never really changed it when I decided to use these for my, my SEAL team. So the Naval Assault Specialist was the figure, and this Navy SEAL set was the actual gear package that I would use. These were a little harder to find than the Naval Assault Specialist figure. It took a little more effort. I bought several of these sets, usually whenever I could find them. I actually have more of these sets than I do figures. So if you guys were ever wondering what happened to all these sets, it's probably I bought them all. But I wanted to use authentic G.I. Joe gear for the whole team. And, thankfully a set like this came out, which is a pretty good set. I'll talk about it a little bit in the next video. But Hasbro also made a separate Navy SEAL set, which I also have several of, but it didn't really fit what I was going for as far as me wanted to make this particular SEAL team. So I combined the Navy Assault Specialist with this SEAL team set, which is probably what Hasbro meant to do, and that's formed the basis of my SEAL Team 1. Now here's the Navy SEAL Mission Gear set, which came out, I believe, prior to the Navy SEAL set you saw previously. I didn't really consider using this at all for my first SEAL team because this is more along the lines of a Frogman style set. I wanted to have an Assault Specialist set, so I really never considered using this. I did buy, however, a ton of these sets as well, so I never got around to making a team of Frogmen. That was always my plan, but I didn't get to do it. Well, you can see there's quite a few of these guys. For the little issues that I had with the actual figures that Hasbro did, it must have not been too big of an issue if I decided to build an actual Navy SEAL team out of these guys. Some things to note about the figures. I know they're all jumbled here, but we'll talk about a few of them. This is one of the only customs I did that features almost all predominantly Hasbro brand parts. The only thing that isn't Hasbro is actually the flotation harness. The rest of this is all Hasbro brand. Of course, you've got the Naval Assault Specialist figure, the boonie hats from the Israeli Defense Force set. I can't remember what the knife's from, but it is Hasbro. Of course, you got the Navy SEAL set, and of course, some grenades that are Hasbro as well. Hasbro large pistol holder with 45. So it's all Hasbro. I decided, as this being my first SEAL set, because this at the time was the only Navy SEAL figure Hasbro had done. So it was only natural that I would decide to do a set out of these guys. And I kind of took the position of making it all Hasbro just because I thought that would be the best thing to do. I felt, to me at the time, it would be more authentic. The interesting thing about these figures that Hasbro did, I've never seen a variant that wasn't, of the Caucasian figure, that wasn't blonde-haired. Of course, the African-American figure is pretty much self-explanatory, but I've never seen any red hair, black hair, or brown-haired figures of these particular ones. Like I mentioned, they're all Hasbro parts. They all feature the M16A2, which was synonymous with the Gulf War, and later on the invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan. You know, the packs, the Navy SEAL packs, which were all made incorrectly. You can look back on one of my old videos and see that the sewing was off on those. I won't go into detail on that, but I will say that the harness is sewn backwards on these. So this portion here ought to be, this whole harness should be flipped around on this so it works with this belt correctly. I would love to go back and fix all these, but that's a lot of work, and I don't think I'm really that interested in doing it. My African American SEAL has the grenade launcher. That is Hasbro as well. I don't know if you guys remember these. It came in a certain Hasbro set. I don't know if it was a Navy SEAL set it came with, but it has the grenade launcher pops open. Got the grenade shell. That was cool. I will say that about the Hasbro Classic Collection sets, for as clunky as what they were all really well made and they're really well done. I can, the problems I have with some of the camouflage patterns and some of the other things that were in these sets, those are all minor things really, but I really felt that the Hasbro sets were really well done at the time. I know, I can sit and say that I think that the 21st century sets or the Dragon sets were way more authentic, which in most cases they were. But Hasbro, the fact that they basically with the Hall of Fame line relaunched the 12-inch market, I can't take that away from them. They did a lot of great stuff, and I have a lot of Hasbro stuff that I love. So one of the other things I did with this SEAL team, of course, here's the original Navy Assault Specialist do-rag. That came on all these figures. So he became my heavy machine gunner. I do have a 21st Century Toys Car 60 that I employed with this team. There's two heavy machine gunners that would carry these Car 60s. And the rest of them basically have the same gear on them. Like I said, this is the first troop building I really ever did. These figures were readily available. I bought a lot of them on clearance at Toys R Us. Not Toys R Us, KB Toys. The gear I usually bought off of Monkey Depot or Cotswold, because Cotswold used to have all these sets and they'd part them out. So I would buy the gear, a little bit at a time until I completed a team, and then I would just build these up. I think I did 2 figures at a time. So yeah, this is the first Navy SEAL team set that I did. Now I would go on to make 6 Navy SEAL teams in all. I don't know if I still have all 6 teams. I'm going to feature some of these other teams at a later date throughout the year as I do my military figure reviews of my collection. I think you'll enjoy seeing some of my other teams. But this is just one of the cool things I used to do a long time ago when I was really into the military figures. I was really into team building. I wish all these guys were super articulated, by the way, but they're not. They're just the old classic collection clunky style body with the giant ham hands, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. But this is something I really wanted to share with you guys. I really love this team. I don't think I could ever get rid of these guys, but you never know. Someday I might decide to. So this is my Navy SEAL set, my SEAL Team 1, I guess you'd call it. Made with the Hasbro Naval Assault Specialist and the SEAL Team, well, the second issue, I believe, SEAL Team set that Hasbro did. And it was a fun set to do. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's pretty brief, just something I wanted to share. Like and subscribe to the page, obviously. Hope everybody's doing great out there. Thanks for watching.